Alright, y'all. So today we're going to talk about the officer-involved shooting in Columbus, Ohio that left Donovan Lewis dead after a search warrant. Alright, so this happened back on August 30th, where Columbus K-9 officer Ricky Anderson and other officers went to an apartment building in the 3200 block of Sullivan Avenue to serve a warrant. Officers took two people who answered the door into custody. Now I will say, it took them a very long time to get into custody. All right, they were knocking on the door for a while, so that obviously leads you to believe that either A, they're hiding something, or B, they're trying to hide themselves. All right, and make it look like they're not there. Anyways, with that being said, they took them into custody. Then the officers searched the apartment with a K-9. During the search, Officer Anderson fired a single shot at 20-year-old Donovan Lewis after he raised his hand with something in it, which appeared to be a vape pen. Lewis was carried from the apartment and was rendered medical aid by officers applying what appears to be a trauma bandage and performing CPR. Lewis died at Grant Medical Center. He had outstanding warrants for domestic violence, assault, and improperly handling a firearm. Now, like I said, obviously because there's a shooting involved and there's a man that's dead, I am not going to show the video. Y'all can understand why and how YouTube is. Now, with that being said, y'all can watch it on police activity. And I'm sure there's countless other sites. But, in my personal opinion, alright, do I think the officer was justified in shooting? Do I think he handled the situation properly? Alright. As far as handling the situation properly, no, I don't think he handled the situation properly. Alright, and I'll tell you why. You already had an officer there that had deadly force. He had his pistol out. So you already had an officer that was using deadly force. You had a K-9 unit, alright? As soon as the door was open and light was shining on it, boom, you pop off a shot. Alright, you hear the officer beside you say, "Oh shit." Alright, so that tells you right there that you did not handle the situation properly, alright? And I was reading one of the comments on there. So, one person put 1000% a negligent discharge. His immediate action was to holster his weapon afterwards. Tells you all you need to know. You don't immediately holster your weapon after firing upon a supposed deadly threat. The officer should be charged with manslaughter. He had a dog, and that was already an officer with lethal force aimed at the door. No reason he needed to open the door with a gun in his hand, especially with his finger on the trigger. No one trains that. Alright? And for the most part, I agree with that situation. Alright? If it's a deadly threat situation, alright, anybody who's watched any kind of police videos or knows anything about law enforcement knows they're not going to take pistols or whatever gun they have on them off that person until they get more officers there with guns drawn on that person, and then they will go and handcuff that person, and then they will render aid and call for help. That's how it works, alright? So, you holstered your gun, you shot one shot, and it looks like he got shot in the head. It doesn't say exactly where he got shot, but you automatically holstered your weapon, alright? So, if it was a deadly threat, why are you holstering your weapon? Alright, and to me, you shot it so fast. Alright, you open the door, the officer already has his gun drawn, he clips the flashlight on his gun, alright? As soon as the light comes on, you pop off a shot. So, and honestly, you didn't handle the gun that good, in my opinion. You have it in one hand, you're trying to hold the dog with the other hand, you got the gun in this hand, you pop off a shot. That to me is not a good shooting. It's not justified, in my opinion. Now, as far as the officer being charged, we'll see how that goes. Obviously, that'll probably take a while. As of right now, he has not been charged. But he definitely does not need to be on the police force at all. Alright? I mean, there's been countless more situations that could have been a lot more dangerous, a lot more hostile, a lot more intense. And seeing how he handled this one, he does not need to be on the police force, alright? It's not a good shooting at all. Again, there's so much wrong with it. And the biggest thing to me is that you holstered your weapon after you shot him. If it's a deadly threat, you wouldn't have holstered your weapon. You would have kept that weapon drawn on him. Alright? Now, do I think he meant to intentionally kill him? No. Alright, I don't think he meant to kill him. Because obviously, if he did mean to kill him, he wouldn't have been performing CPR and rendering aid and applying trauma bandage and all that. But again, this is not a justified shooting at all. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below if this officer should be charged or not, whether he meant to do it or not. As always, thank y'all for watching, and y'all stay safe out there.